Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sebanson, and welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO show. We cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, and entertainment. We'll give you guys the first perspective on things and how we see them. And today we got a great show for you guys. Before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and sub to the channel. Be sure to follow me on Instagram. My handle is CTABANZ. So, something incredible happened over the last 2 weeks. Kobe fans finally stood up and said, enough is enough. Enough is enough. Kobe fans, since I've been on YouTube, I've never seen Kobe fans stand up the way that they did over the last 2-3 weeks. Years prior, Kobe fans, I think, were in a state of just like disbelief. Like, I can't believe the disrespect. I can't believe the disrespect. Like, they were just more stunned of how much Kobe was being disrespected. But this one was the final straw that broke the camel's back. And it really kicked off on First Take when Tracy McGrady went up there and made his comments, and then Gilbert Arenas started piling on. Other haters started jumping out the window, and then the Kobe fans were like, nah. And they pushed back, and they had people running for the hills. Yesterday, Tracy McGrady clarified his comments. We did a live about it where he was like, I shouldn't have said what I said. And people started coming out of the woodworks. One of them was Matt Barnes. He put up a post on his, I think his Instagram or Twitter, one of the two, I think it's his Instagram, where he was like, basically like, none of you dudes was Kobe. Shoulda, woulda, coulda, you ain't Kobe, right? So I came across a clip yesterday. I believe it was from All the Smoke podcast, if I'm not mistaken, it was. And it was a show where essentially it had the headline saying, LeBron's Lakers decision looms, Kobe hot takes gone too far, WNBA expansion. So I immediately clicked on it to hear what he was going to say about it. And his guest, who I don't know who he is, so forgive me for that. But anyway, his guest brings up the Kobe Bryant disrespect. And then Matt Barnes essentially begins to double down in no uncertain terms of what was being said about Kobe. And it was just basically calling out all the haters, and in this case, players of Kobe. But not only did he call out the haters, the players, he also called out the media and told them that we don't give a F about none of your lists, bro. We don't care about none of your media-driven lists that always have people being paid under the table to push certain. We don't care about that. We know where Kobe stands, and outside of these ESPNs and all of these places in the real world, Kobe was that dude, and I'm like, thank you. Finally, people are beginning to step up on Kobe's behalf. So what we want to do is want to play what Matt Barnes had to say on his show, All the Smoke, and then we're going to come back and continue on. Take a listen to his comments here.
You know, MB, man, speaking of the Lakers, since we on that, man, you know, guys out here talking crazy about Bean right now.
Yeah,
you know,
man.
Like all of a sudden, you know, it's what they could have done.
I don't like the energy around it.
Yeah,
and,
man. I saw you made a post, man, and it kind of took off, man. What's your feeling on that?
I just don't like because none of this weird talk was going on while he was here. And I also think I want to also say something else. Like, I work for ESPN, I work for Fox, some of these big machines. When you have people talking about the greatness of players, it's not that I don't respect it, I just don't go by it. And I think a lot of former players don't go by it. You got to listen to what your peers are talking about. It's crazy how when you look at ESPN, Kobe's always on the outside of 10. But when you talk to, there's plenty of clips on YouTube, when you're talking to some of the guys that went to war before or after or with them, like, yeah, Kobe's 2, Kobe's 3, Kobe's top 5. So my whole thing too is don't listen to, there's so many athletes. And again, I'm not saying don't listen to the people outside, because there's some very qualified people. But when it comes to like legacy and greatness in a sport, like I would tend to lean towards the players, because you see it day in and day out and know what it takes to lace them up every single day and play through what he played through and do what he did. So I say all that to say, like, there's with the bigger companies and machines and talking heads, there's favorites, there's narratives they stick to, there's dislikes they have. And let's keep it real, like before Kobe died, like he was a hit or miss as far as kind of popularity with some of the been through and the way people perceived his energy at times. So there was already a lot of kind of but I think after he died, like the real one spoke up to speak about his greatness. But I feel like there's a lot of other people that will speak to stir up. And it's crazy that it's former players, you know what I mean? So I just said what I said because like none of you guys was talking when he was here. And the coulda, woulda, shoulda, and the disrespect with the Powell shoulda won the fight. Like it's just like, come on, y'all. Like let's really remember. Let's look at the numbers, and we've all been there with him or against him. Like let's keep it real. And obviously, this is all opinion based. You know what I mean? Like, to me, Kobe is the second greatest player of all time.
Agreed.
Period. Like, everyone tries to, for some reason, people want to knock his greatness because he played with Shaq, but they don't knock Magic's greatness when he played with Kareem. They don't knock LeBron's greatness when he played with D Wade and Bosh. They don't knock LeBron's greatness when he played with AD. They knock Kobe's greatness because of Shaq, and he was the Rob. But go look at the numbers. You know what I mean? That doesn't say Robin to me. That just says a more mature, older, dominant Shaq in a bad young way. That's all it told me.
So you heard what Matt Barnes had to say. This is what Kobe needs. Kobe needs some of his peers to come out there and start defending him. Because Kobe had become the number one punching bag. You have networks like ESPN saying Kobe's not a top 10 or a top. You can't be taken seriously. You got people out there talking about Kobe's not a top 10 player. You cannot be serious. For you to tell me you can find 10 players in the history of basketball that are better than Kobe, you're not serious. And I don't think you should be taken seriously whatsoever. It's one thing to say he's in the top 10 and the bottom tier. Okay, fine. We can argue with that. But to say he's not a top 10 player at all, you can't be taken. I don't care how much basketball you know. I don't care. I don't care how much you appreciate basketball. You can't appreciate basketball that much, and then Kobe doesn't make it. You cannot be serious. But this is where we were going. And when you had players that were close to Kobe, like T-Mac saying that, it was just too much. It was becoming too much. Because now what happened was what was happening was like players were now using Kobe as a proxy to say, well, he was good, but I mean, I was good too. So therefore Kobe wasn't really that good. That's where the conversation was going. And it got to a certain point where people were like, okay, enough is enough of this, man. Enough is enough. Like, let's stop the nonsense. One dude that jumped out the window was Dwayne Wade. Talking about some damn, Powell should have won the finals. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? And Matt Barnes said it there. Where were all of these comments and statements when Duke was around? Where were all of these comments? I never saw these hot takes. Unless a lot of y'all, that's what y'all felt in your hearts, but y'all never really kept it gully with him. Then the moment he passes away, time goes on. Now all of a sudden the coast is clear. Let me start throwing the shade on him that I always felt. Because if you felt that, and if you're saying that now, that means you felt that for a minute. How many fake handshakes did Kobe shake? How many fake daps did Kobe get? How many? How many dudes shook his hand and he didn't know that they was snakes, bro? How many? How many? You got dudes like Jeff Teague, bro. Jeff Teague. Man, Kobe was cool, but he went up. Jeff Teague. Jeff Teague, bro. Who was like a role player on the Hawks at one point. Talking about Kobe, you wasn't on all that. What? This is where the situation got to, bro. Everybody was commenting. I forgot to play on Gil's Arena. Was it Norris Cola? Anybody was jumping in on the talks. Anybody. Oh, your only thing had to be, I played in the NBA. So therefore, my opinion is valid. It got so out of hand, bro. To the point where now it's like, okay, like enough is enough, bro. Like enough is enough. Enough is enough. And that's why Matt Barnes and these guys push back. It's like, yo, bro, cut it out. None of you dudes is on his level. Cut it out, bro. Cut it out. Cut it out. Cut it out. These are my thoughts. Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. We catch you on the next show. Peace.